Right. Everything should be working fine. I hope. I always have to say that. Where's the link? Hang on. Too many buttons. Do. Shouldn't that be overriding? Never mind. Sort in a minute. Okay. Good. It's working. Welcome to the stream. 10 people in a minute. Wow. No, Alexis. Not doing your intro. Okay, I'm just going to take those off. Can I get a sound check, please? Just so the volume is alright. Just so I'm alright, basically. I swear there's the link. View on watch page. Yes, please. So open that in a new tab. So I can go to that and then tweet that out. Yep, okay, good. Just wanted to do that, just so I had that to tweet out. Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Glad to see we've got people here, and I'm starting on time, which is nice. I've actually spent a little bit of time fiddling around getting some new, like images to go up on stream, like if I go on a break or if we've got technical issues, which will happen because we always have technical issues because, well, that's just how our streams go. I've done the maximum I can to mitigate any issues with the stream crashing, because it crashes every time. So I'm just going to tweet this out. Bang. And on Facebook, because I know there's people there as well. I'll get to you in a minute, chat, whatever you're saying. Stream is live. Come join. And we go. Okay, so that's going to be posted. And boom. There we go. Real Heretic Hours. It's 8 o'clock UK time. I don't know what you're talking about. It's 8 o'clock UK time. Hang on, why am I not allowed to scroll in the... There we go, now I'm allowed to scroll. Why is it not letting me scroll the... I'll tell you I'm going to have to... No. I don't... Okay, now I don't have to manual scroll my flipping chat. Thank goodness. Yeah, I thought I was going to have to manual scroll my chat. Which is going to be very annoying, because clicking and dragging is more annoying than just scrolling. Okay. Okay, so that looks alright. Yeah, can I just have a sound check? Is the volume alright? Do I need to do anything? Because I don't want to speak too loud, because it's not late here or anything, I just don't want to disturb people too much. Ow. Can't do that with headphones, you can't break your neck. Analytic Chem. Yeah, I'm in the middle of revision for Thermal Statistical Physics, Introduction to Solid State Physics, Wave Optics, Complex Variables and Integral Transforms. No, sorry, not Integral Transforms, Vector Spaces. Plus I've got a general paper coming up, and I've done French as well, so I feel your pain, my man. Right. 24/7, yeah, sure. Eldar might not be as annoying as you think. There's an echo? There's an echo, right. I'll see if... I might have to turn my volume down to mitigate that. Maybe. Is there something else I could do to mitigate that? Is it that? Tell you what. If I do that, and I unplug my headphones so my headphones aren't receiving any sound input, that might have changed the volume, but I'm hoping that will take away the echo. So, main plan, has that dealt with the echo? That's the main thing I need to check. Sounds good, volume's okay. I know I'm not too loud, that's fine. I'll be talking about the new Space Marines and stuff in a minute. Just want to get all the techie bits out of the way. So, volume check, just to make sure it's fine. Oh, it's good. Good. Perfect. Mundo. Wow, 45 in the chat. This is what happens when someone puts the announcement in Alexis's Discord. Haha. Wasn't even me. Didn't even have to do it. No echo. Beautiful. Oh, is that Luke? Luke, is that... I recognise that username. I feel like that's someone I know. Actually, reminds me, I should have told my friends that I was doing. This is what happens when your friends don't watch your channel and they tell you to be mods, and they ask to be mods. They should be here, but they're not. Right. It is Luke. Awesome. Hi. Could you just let primarily Ben J know that we're doing this, just because he likes to mod and he likes me to tell him, and I didn't tell him because I'm a derp. Right. Right. Let's go back through this and see if there's anything of note for this 50-man chat. You dealt with that. No, Remlays, I'm not saying Alexis's intro, bugger off. No, the squats are not back, we'll be talking about that. In school, you will learn something, but you're not going to learn the right things on this stream. Talk about the new edition, are we good? You dare question your tech and unplugged something. Hey, Tao, I trust my tech. Oh, we actually have got a 50-man chat. This is new. Right, okay, I suppose I should probably do what the title of the stream says I'm going to do. Actually, no, Luke, never mind. I didn't want to crash my stream is all. I will send a message to Ben, because I meant to do that and I didn't, because, well, he'll probably have my head for it if he's not busy. So let me message him. Or should I put it in the main chat? I'll just message him. He's not on Facebook right now. Okay, never mind. He'll find it when he finds it. Fine. Yes, the Tau have had an apostrophe stuck into their name. They're still pronounced the same according to the guy who wrote the article. But yeah, they are now the Tau. I don't understand that change. I really, really don't. Why have you stopped the game? No, don't stop the game for the stream. If you want to have the stream on in the background, then that's cool. But don't stop your game for me. Christ. Yeah. Okay. Who said that? Oh, right. Stream's healthy. Glad to hear it. Right. So yeah, we got the new Primaris Space... What's my catchphrase again? I don't have a catchphrase. Alexis has a catchphrase, and I don't really have a catchphrase. It's fine. Don't worry about the whole intro-outro thing. It was just... It's good-natured. It's never going to happen, but it's good-natured. Right, so yeah, we have the Primaris Space Marines, aka the next generation of Space Marines, in Mark 10 armour. Don't ask what happened to Mark 9, or the rest of Mark 8. We now have Mark 10 power armour, which is annoying. Honestly, I knew this was going to happen. I knew we were going to get new Space Marines, and I've had a look at their stat line. Their stat line is pretty obscene. Like, they've got 2 wounds a throw. Their weapon skill and ballistic skill is 3+. They've got Kraken bolters by default. They could be particularly nasty. Their power level is 6 for 5. I think Thousand Suns were 8 for 10. So if you want an answer of how that's going to be, then they're going to be pretty supposedly damn powerful with the whole power level system. But yeah, they're going to be quite strong. I don't know how powerful they're going to be and whether it renders Space Marines obsolete because they're going to be so elite. But I think it's going to be interesting to say the least. So yeah, that's my quick thoughts on the... leadership's completely changed, by the way, Luke, if you haven't seen it. It's now the AOS system, so that leadership 7 that they've got is actually pretty damn high. The new base Marines are still going to be in Mark 7 and 8, because Mark 8 is exceptionally rare in the current canon. So, yeah, I don't know. Is Mark 9 not the Death Watch style? That's news to me if it is. Can be trademarked, of course. Full chapters of the Primaris Marines. I think the Space Wolves and Dark Angels and stuff are probably... Or the Space Wolves particularly are probably going to have quite a high Primaris count if the Gene Seed takes, which it might not. But, yeah, they're going to be pretty... They're going to be pretty powerful. I don't know if they're going to be overpowerful, but they're going to be reasonably powerful. Yeah, they are more expensive than Tat Marines. They really are. Because a Tat Marine, for a start, is 1 wound as opposed to 2. Well, the squad they've shown can't take heavy and assault weapons. Yeah, tactical squads will have the place of... They'll provide you with all your big guns. like Melter, Plasma, Grav, and heavy weapons, but I think regular Marines will still definitely have a role to play. The look is alright. I don't know. Apparently Mark 10 like takes elements of all the other old Marks. Like Mark 2 was ridiculously good. Mark 4 had its time. Mark 6 was pretty iconic. Yeah, they are a bit like a Legion Tactical Squad, now you say it. Yeah, the Legion Tactical Squad analogy is not that bad. But I think they're going to have, like, I don't think they're going to go to 20, I'd need to double check. I missed something. Yeah, I think regular Marines will still definitely be a thing, and you'll intersperse your, what do you call it, your Primaris, and their Dreadnought, the Redemptor Dreadnought, which will be interesting as hell. But yeah, hopefully they will get some information on Mark 9. I do want to talk lore. I'm going to be talking Tau quite a lot in this stream, because we had the Tau lore update yesterday, day before, and we had the Tau hobby army update of how they're going to function today, so I do want to talk about that. I think all races will get a few new models. I hope so, but we probably won't for a while, and a female Warp Spider Phoenix Lord would be rather cool. The Sergeant has a Terminator base. Oh, that's true. Yikes. A blend of Errant. It's very different to Errant. They've sort of said that there's only going to be a certain amount of compatibility with the old marks if you want a kit bash. You go and check the FAQ on Warhammer Community if you want to see all the details of how they're going to work with your new Space Marines, or how the new Space Marines and the old will fit together. And we've got over 75 people in this chat. This is weird. They're going to release the release day of 8th edition pretty damn soon. They said there's going to be, by the end of the month, we'll have the release date. And I'm assuming that the Primaris from Marines will be first revealed in the box game. Or if they're not locked to the box game, they'll just come out very soon after, or with it, I think. Yeah, I want more Xenos stuff. Like, we've had the Tau rules today, and the Eldar have had a few rules. So you can go and look at Tau and Eldar in there. It's in the Faction Focus article. So if you go read the Faction Focuses, that's one of their like playtesters and competitive guys has written those articles, and it is actually quite interesting. And I'm going to be talking about the Tau one today. I don't think it's going to be well. It's not a phase out. There are no phase out here. The old Marines are still going to be exactly the thing. Why did you sell your Tau army? You don't sell armies just before a new edition comes out. You keep them and then see what happens. Worried for the Thousand Suns? Not sure. I mean, they've still got their Inferno Bolters, which is going to be lethal. In terms of compatibility, I think is the word you're looking for. You can switch out the Head and Shoulders. Could always use more Crute? Yes. Did it really say that? Yeah. Oh, actually, there's a point. The Dark Eldar have got a rename to the Drukhari. Well, I think they're going to be the next. The Drukhari are the next faction focus, and quite frankly, there's only one race that could sound that much stupid, and that's the Dark Eldar, which is interesting. Hey, a Battle Force. How did you get a Battle Force? I didn't realize Battle Forces were still around. Did it show stats or just talking about what? Did it show stats for? It showed stats for the Primaris Marines, and we got stats for sniper drones and some rule stuff for Tau today. I tell you what's weird, deciding to get interested in 40k in the last month, that's... No, just wait. You're not the only one who's in this position of, like, I want to start the game, but 8th edition isn't here yet. You're in a sort of limbo position, and I just think you're best off just hang on, let it happen, and then just roll with it. Nids and Templars. Oh, Chapter Tactics are back, and Sept Tactics might be a thing. I'll talk about that in a bit. Drukhari. I'll type it in the chat. I'll type it in the chat so people know the spelling. New DE name. So yeah, you can. That's the spelling. Drukhari. In the audio drama, Armin's bathing outside the library. Maybe. Oh yeah, the River Marines are like stupidly tough. That's right. Yeah, you're right. Am I scrolled? Yeah, I'm at the bottom of the chat now. Oh, you bought your models 2 days before the edition. Ah, rip. I don't think the coupon thing for courtesies is still going. That's not a good pun. Hang on and let it happen. Yeah, context. Just bought the Chaos Starter Collection to practice painting. Yeah, now's a good time. Like, if you've got particular models you really want, now's a good time to just go for it. because at this moment, all we're buying is models to paint, and I'm just catching up on painting as best I can. The new Death Guard are going to be the counter to the Primaris Marines. They're not going to be anywhere near as powerful as the Primaris Marines, but they are going to be like the counter, the equivalent, whatever. Why does this do so much less on my CPU? It's weird. Whatever. From a lore perspective, the Primaris Marines hopefully give the writers a lot more room to make weird and interesting chapters. Perhaps. The Primaris Space Marines are basically the next generation of Space Marines. Like, they're the work of Call using, like, straight Primarch genetic, well, not Primarch genetic material, but they're basically the next generation of Space Marines. New gene seed, new armor, new weapons. They're not even called Space Marine squads, they're, like, called intercessors and stuff. May as well get your armies now. I wouldn't say get your armies now, like, because obviously, unless you know what army you're playing in the next edition, which nobody really does, particularly if they're wanting to start something new, I'd say hang on. Just, oh, hi Ben. That's the other Ben. Cool. Yeah, basically, if there's models you really want, not for gaming purposes, now's the time to get them. If you're wanting something competitive, wait. Did they mention new chapters? No, they didn't. At least not that I saw. I don't know how they'll stack up to Custodes, because we haven't seen the Custodes stat line yet. Has a Commissar ever fallen to Chaos? Almost certainly. Red Scorpions. I don't know if they'll get their own specific rules, but you'll be able to play them. Sure, just make your arms like that. Are some of the Primaris Marines going to fall to Chaos? For Gilliman's sake, I hope not. Unless you're a FUF player, wait to buy. Yeah, basically. No, Horus will not be resurrected. Horus's soul is gone and his body's been killed twice. He's dead. What's the difference between plastic models and resin ones? The resin ones generally are higher quality sculpt, but they're more annoying to work with and paint. Did they mention new full Primaris chapters? I don't think so. Double check on that for me though. Just so curious about they did a little, like how will they be nudged into the Death Watch and how apothecaries will need to adapt. Yeah, that's a good point. Like, how different is their genetic material? Cheapest army, God, don't know. No idea, honestly. Yeah, they did resurrect Horus, got his head kicked in by Abaddon. About right. Brought some of the Primaris brought into fighting groups, translation chapters. Maybe. Will they make pseudo-Primarchs? I hope not. Right. People who are asking about what the Primaris Marines are, I think it's actually easier. I'm just going to link it to you. I'm just going to link it to you so you can read the article and see what the Primaris Marines are. So just wait in the chat for a second whilst I get the link. Let me check I've got the right link. I've got the right link. Here we go. So yeah, this is the link. I'm going to put the link in the chat right now. And this is the article. If you don't know what the Primaris Marines are, then read that. Okay, fair enough. I haven't seen anything about that. Primarchs, nah. Did they say old dead chapters are going to be resurrected? Check the FAQ, links in the chat. Gilliman has... Oh, he has found it's a new chapter. I didn't read that. Fair enough. No problem. People needed to know. Easier to just send the link than try and explain it 800 times. It's not Age of Sigmar, it's not the end of 40k, and everything will probably be okay. Calm the flip down. Bring back the Lamenters. The Lamenters canonically are still alive. It's their own fault for getting sucked into the bad war on the wrong side. I've less sympathy for the Lamenters than I probably should. No, they're not going to introduce the Super Warp. They've introduced the Cicatrix Maledictum, or Gorkgrin, or the Great Rift, or whatever you want to call it, which is split the galaxy, and we've got nearly 100 people here. This is terrifying. Dear. They added more models. How is that ending? Yeah, precisely. Others have incorporated squads into existing battle companies. Oh, there are going to be entirely new chapters. Fair enough. No, screw the Emperor's Children. What do you think Lorgar and Fulgrim do? Fulgrim's been busy trying to tempt Gilliman and failing. Lorgar... I'm not going to use Remley's quote for what Lorgar's been doing. The Salamanders are nice guy Marines. We know this. The Lamenters are Blood Angels descendants. Yeah, okay, they're not too bad. But yeah. Looking forward to the new editions. The new player looks a lot less confusing. Yes, it does. This is half the damn point. The new edition is going to hopefully be easy to learn, hard to master. That's what we want. That's what I want. Are the Thunder Warriors getting models? No, the Thunder Warriors are, as far as I'm aware, extinct. Is every faction going to get some new units? Maybe, question mark. Would I support a canon book written by Alpha if it followed canon? Yeah, sure, he's a good writer. Truest heirs of the Primaris legacy. They're not too ridiculous. But the problem is they had to put them somewhere where they weren't just Custodes 2.0. Marines 2.0 is one thing, but Custodes 2.0, you can't do that. Huron Blackheart are going to play a much larger role. Maybe. Maybe. I'd like to see Huron get some more love. Sure. Right, sure. Mixing Thunder Warriors and Space Marines on the podcast. That might have been me. The law's not going down the toilet. Every goddamn time. I hate my internet. Alright? I'm sorry. Technical difficulties is about right. That's why I created these little tabs. Because I knew that was going to bloody happen. Sorry. Yep, stream died. It always does. My I fell out of the Wi-Fi. I had to turn it off and on again. Ugh. Right. D. 30k Warriors for Thunder Warriors. No, the Thunder Warriors were pretty much gone by the time of the Great Crusade and the Horus Heresy. Sorry. Yeah, sorry about the death. Sorry about the death of the stream and my internet. And it's gone. And it's back. Yeah, they've got Kraken Bolters, AP -1, 30-inch range, strength 4. No, that's longer range than every other gun in the Space Marine army. Yeah, thank you, Ben, for letting people know. I've fixed it now. We're back. Yeah, the technical difficulty screen was created for the call with Remlays when I was doing the Insta Emperor Chaos God, because I think the Skype disconnected. Next podcast is out on Wednesday. Yeah, next stream is out on Wednesday. So that should be fine. You'll enjoy that. We've got a guest on. It was actually a really good stream. Yeah, we lost 30 people. Sorry. Well, I just have bad internet here. Like, every time I do, I was on Alexis' stream last week, and I had the same problem. I'm just really bad with tech. Dark Angels Loyalists, yes, they are. 30-inch range, shoot some Tau. Yeah, same range. They are now the same range. Why do I like the Tau so much? Short answer, Farsight. Quite frankly, Farsight. Farsight got me into love with the Tau. What happened to Mark 9? Who the flip knows? I'd love to tell you what happened to Mark 9 armor. It just exists. And actually, no, it doesn't. Yep. I'm basically judging whether the stream is working based on if the screen on my end actually crashes. If this starts buffering, I start panicking. Just basically the logic we're using. I can't really do anything to take the edge off either. Like, this is as unlimited as my internet can be. Like, it's not doing anything. Everything's shut. Ben, I play Farsight Tau. I do not camp in a corner. I have never camped in a corner. And trust me, it's more fun, and believe me, battle suits are even more ridiculous in 8th edition, because they're going to have fall back and shoot, and oh dear god. Yes, I want to talk about that. If people do want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. The Tau do have some decent fluff. It needs more fluff, but it's not too bad. The tech doesn't suck. Shut up. Yeah, their aesthetic is another reason. Their aesthetic is good. If I could remove one piece of lore, I would remove Lucius the Eternal from all existence. Physics stream, oh god. We had a physics discussion with Dr. White and Alexis in the podcasters chat this afternoon. Thoroughly entertaining, but god is it hard. Is Fabius Bard secretly an Eldar? No. He's trained under the Homunculi. which is why he's so good at it. Yeah. What do you recommend for auxiliary heavy? Well, you'll need Crute and Vest, but there is no other auxiliaries at the moment. What if fantasy? It could be. The designs are fine. It's a bit anime-ish if people go that way. Wolfen and Thunderwolves get buffed. Do they really need a buff? Do they really need a buff? No. Is there anything worthwhile coming out of the recent FAQ? Which FAQ? Like the game FAQ or the lore FAQ? Two completely different things. The lore FAQ about the Primaris Marines. I did link it earlier in the chat if you want to read it. What is light? Light is... Oh god, don't ask fundamental questions. Light is... Well, visible light is a part of the electromagnetic switch. It's basically an electromagnetic wave, basically. Can you play Deathwing? Yes. And it's totally gone. What's totally gone? What's totally gone? Everything's fine. And it's gone makes me panic. Corner camping is a completely acceptable tactic, but not for people who face me. All I heard in that was wolf, 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 wolf. The most broken aspect of 8th edition. I have not a clue. We'll have to see. I have never done an IQ test, actually. Light is not a particle. It's wave particle duality. Pourquoi est-ce que vous me voulez parler français? Aucune idée. Can I summon Remlies? No, he was here earlier and then he left. Not because... Hey, I'm a lore guy. Why Arch and Remlays have you covered on the... Hello! Lore channel. It's wave particle duality. It's a wave and a particle at the same time, because you have wave behavior in diffraction and Young's double slit, and the photoelectric effect proves that it's quantized. Not that it's a particle per se, it's more that its energy levels are quantized. Pourquoi est-ce que les gens me veulent parler français? Je peux parler français pour une minute si je dois. D'accord. Je vais habiter en France pour une année et donc je devrais commencer. Yeah, I do want to know more about the Primaris Marines. The design isn't bad. There are no Space Marines of religion. The Marines don't really follow the same logic of religion as the Lectizio Divinitatis. They never have. Never read Descent of Angels. Sorry. Hawking Radiation. I haven't done that sort of physics. I'm sorry. I'm only a second year. Slow down. Hawking Radiation is like... Yeah, a bit beyond me. Searching Dracari gives an image of the White Dwarf article in French. Sorry, don't speak German. PTSD flashbacks. Oh, come on, I learned that in, like, year 12 in, like, A-levels. Way before. I've learned about wave particle duality earlier in physics. Electrons being in more than one place at the same time. Electrons aren't particles. Don't think of them as it. They have a wave function. Like, wave particle duality applies to electrons as much as it does to light. No, don't poke Remlays on Twitter. Yeah, you'll be able to do Dreadnought drop pods. More so than before, actually. Oh, we passed 100. Hello. More about the Inquisition. Yeah, Inquisition should be fun. Have you seen the designs of the heavy metal sound... Noise Marines, you mean? Electrons aren't really in more than one place, as being in none of them. Well, where you find an electron is entirely based on probabilities. I learned about it in quantum. When you get down to the quantum level, like, you think about where's an electron in a box, you basically do a probability density, you get a sine squared? Do you get a sine squared? No, it's a sine function. The wave function is a sine function, so the probability density is to do with sine squared, because it's psi squared. Yeah. World Eater vs Space Wolf. I think the wolves are slightly better hand-to-hand. I'm not sure. The Night of the Wolf. The wolves won. The wolves won. So, yeah. How much have you missed? Not too much. Just been talking a bit about the Primaris Marines, and now they're trying to talk science and languages at me. Or I'm trying to talk science and languages at them. Yeah, and you also missed technical difficulties. And there'll be more technical difficulties, because there's technical difficulties every bloody stream. No, I'm not backing your corner, I'm using the canon. The fact that in the Great Crusade, Russ and the Wolves beat Angron and... Well, actually, Angron beat Russ to a pulp. ish, but the wolves beat the world eaters in the overall fight. Schrodinger's cat. Oh yeah, that. Oh, those are the new creation with something. Yeah, I think they're gonna like some people just for the sake of creating artificial tension. There will be you who don't like it. Why don't I have Dawn of War characters on the tabletop? Different, separate canon. Possibly. Well, we might get Gabriel Angelos and co. one day. And besides, like some of the characters in those games are in these games. Like Jane Czar, for example, is in both. Favorite Horus Heresy book? I haven't actually read that many of them. I did enjoy Galaxy in Flames, but that's as far as I actually read. Yeah, something Ross wasn't actually trying. Laser weapon to destroy missiles. Laser weaponry is at a point where it's basically about condensing it. No, they're not Ultramarines only. No, they're not. It'll be a case of trying to condense the power down at this point. I couldn't tell you about time. Do I still have the link? Hang on. That's a rundown on the new Marines. Basically, I put it in again into the chat. So it's basically the next generation of Space Marines. Go read that. Yeah, Russ did apparently hold back, some say. Yeah, that sounds about right. Are these Ultramarines squared the new race? The Primaris Marines are a part of the Space Marine forces. I couldn't give you a painting guide, no idea. Has it been released more times? Going to lead a Black Crusade instead of Avon, or just going to fight Gilman? No idea yet. I haven't really heard information on what Chaos is up to. Normal Marines are going to have a place because they're the only ones who are going to use special weapons. So like the Primaris Marines only have like bolters or Kraken bolters basically, but no special weapons or anything. I'm studying for a degree in physics, and my masters will be in physics. Yes, I'm thinking of going into teaching actually to shock my friends who think I'm the least suitable person for that. I'm sure I'm kind of thinking about going into teaching, but if not, I might look into something like plasma physics because I have an unhealthy obsession with creating a plasma gun. Yep. Do you think we'll have a returning Primarch every other edition, or are they keeping Robbie Gillens as solo leader for a while? We will see. If we get another traitor Primarch, then we'll get another loyalist one. Basically, I don't know. I don't think they're going to make everybody else wait. I think if there's a Primarch to bring back, they'll be back in a few years. I don't know if we'll get them all. Will we get to 42k? No. Don't know if they get Gabriel Angelos. Haven't played anything in Dawn of War. Worst Legion in 30k, Emperor's Children. Yeah, of course I want to create a plasma gun, because like all Tau weaponry is plasma based, kinda. I wouldn't be a professor. I wouldn't be a professor. Is like a university lecturer. You'd get like a doctorate. I'm not planning to study a PhD. I'd be like a physics teacher at like A level and GCSE. Ion rifle. Oh god, I'd love an ion gun. Well, actually, I can make railguns. I know how to do it. I know the theory of making a railgun. Yeah, New Titan would be fun. Is the Lion rumoured? Yeah, the Lion is rumoured with the new thing, the Hunt. We don't talk about squats. Other than the Third Legion. Oh, right, sorry. Other than the Emperor's Children? I'm not a fan of the Iron Warriors, actually. Not a fan of the Iron Warriors, not hugely keen on the Word Bearers. I haven't. Let me finish the Legion series in about a few months, and then ask me again. How to kill a Primarch? Very difficult. Where's the Dawn model? Wait. 40k fan and molecular biologist, I kind of understand it. Yeah, I so want to understand how power armor and all the weapons work. I so do want that to be a thing. I wish I could understand all the details, and it's kind of my thing. No need to apologise. It's just we don't really get professors in our secondary schools. Like, I'm taught by professors now, including one. Yes, I'm taught by Professor Brian Cox. He taught me last year for one semester. And I know that sounds like bragging, but it's really not. But yeah, we only really get professors at university. New model for Space Marines. Roast. What would happen if Bertrand remained loyal? Horus had to rejig his plans. Well, he needed someone to break the Imperial Palace, and he wouldn't have had anybody. Let's be honest, every army's getting a unit of some kind. I hope so. Sword and pistol guy, maybe a heavy weapon or character, because the new Marines can't take them. I don't want to see too much for the Primaris, otherwise they're just going to be invalidating the regular Marines. Will Dawn and Vulcan appear to Robert Gilliman? Maybe. Typhus has Nurgle saved more than one time, so why did he become to lead the Death Guard? Typhus is just off doing his own things. Like, he leads some of the Death Guard, and one day, and Mortarian's doing his own thing. No, that was a real question. What was the real question? I honestly don't know. I know it was a genuine question. Just I don't know. I think the Primaris is enough for now. Why does Lucy turn over a Forge World model? Patience. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to be able. I'm not an engineer. I can theoretically come up with a few things, but I'm never going to be able to do it as an engineer. The way to win this tower is hammerheads, battle suits. New Dreadnought, you're getting one because the Primaris are getting one. When do you think Russ will actually get a model and rule set for 40k? Well, potentially he's going to be like the Loyalist Primarch after Johnson, or he's going to be the next Loyalist Primarch. We don't know. He's already got his rules in book 7 because that's already out for Heresy. Did I read Typhus' new book? No. Vulcan will fall out the sky again at some point, maybe. Someone answering a question for somebody else. Right, fine. I was inspired by a 40k tabletop game. No, they'll probably say it was inspired by Starship Troopers or something, and just like bugger off. Cruit Marine. I don't know. I think Tau getting a melee unit would be good. Is it possible for Conrad to be alive? Yes, theoretically. What's up with Vulcan? He's a perpetual. He's basically immortal. In before Khan is the next round, we've all been Ruth. Maybe. No need to worry. Engineers are just physicists who need the formula sheet. No, there's things we can't do as physicists. Like, I can do stuff theoretically, but I'm better at calculation than an engineer, maybe, but I couldn't apply it practically. Will these be Thunderware's box set? No, unlikely. Can't scroll back that far. The Primaris, we see Terminator Primaris, and why is their armor at 10? What? Oh, jeez. What is the delay, actually? I'm kind of curious. I'm just going to quickly listen to the live feed and see what the delay is on the stream. Hang on. I've just asked what the delay is. Interesting. Okay, that's the delay on the stream. I wasn't sure what the delay was. That was all. You keep playing. Go to live. Just so I know. Yep, sorry. Just wanted to know what the stream delay was. Which is fine. Yeah, Brian Cox is based at University of Manchester. Aha. Is the Emperor of Mankind... I think he's bigger than the Primarchs, I think. We don't talk about the Angry Marines. Funny. What if Angron calmed down? Very difficult. Skaven, theoretical, probably not. If we combine our skills and knowledge, you could make Tau weapons. Maybe. The Tau would probably be the next stage of technology we could unlock, rather than the slightly pseudo-weird Imperial stuff. Oh, no. Okay. It started buffering on my screen and I panicked. Infantry Tau? Cool. Infantry Tau is cool. Not my style, personally. I like battle suits too much, but yeah. Did it freeze? I had a panic that it had frozen. It said it was fine. The headphones are... they are just regular Beats. Falling apart, actually. Beats, but they are Beats. They're fine. Bluetooth headphones, sure, whatever. Is GW going back to introduce a new unit before even allowing the community to play the new edition? Well, we knew we were going to get something new. New player, use Cult Mecha's Guitari. Yeah, I do want to get some new stuff for the Admech and they go together. Real men play Tau with ass loads of breaches and a devilfish. I like breaches, and I like breaches and devilfishes, but not my style. The delay is the delay bad for some people? Well, all I can say is my delay is probably about 10 to 15 seconds between what I say and what comes up on my screen. I don't know about all the differences there. It's probably you. You can also check the feed and make sure you've skipped ahead to live just to make sure that you are actually hello person. Hello people. We're still over 100 people. This is weird. Hey, you won your game. Nice. Is the universe expanding or contracting? The universe is expanding theoretically to infinity because dark energy. I think that's what my Astro course said. How often do you get to play, and are you thinking about doing more about... I don't get to play at university. That's the long and short of it. I don't get to play at university because... Well, I do get to play, but I don't get to bat rep. There's a GW... like 2 miles tops that way. Hang on. Orient yourself. That way. About 2 miles that way. I can play there, but I can't record, basically, because GW. So I can only bat rep when I'm at home. Right, I need to scroll back. People are leaving, fair enough. Good night. Vespid. I do want to try Vespid one day. I'm thinking of getting an advanced card drill one day and playing Vespid. Do you reckon all the codices are released in one go? They have to be. The rules are going to be incompatible. They have to. Would I like a free Baneblade? I'm alright, thank you. Will the Silent King get a model? Be cool. Favourite army to fight against in terms of fun? I enjoy fighting Kieran's Tyranids, but they're always a nightmare to beat. I haven't really got enough experience against all the different armies. Fine in America. Cool. Has a stat line been shown yet? For the Primaris Marines, yes. I'll put the article in the chat one more time. So that's the article. We want to look at that, and you may need to check the FAQ for their stats. I forget. Oh, Magnus was rather tall, yes. These new units close to how the Marines would have been in 30k. They're better than the 30k Marines, but they're kind of armed like the 30k Marines. Conscripts beat Fire Warriors in close combat. Here's the Warp Storm straight to the middle. Oh god, that's related to another comment. It's not in... Well, our galaxy is expanding. Our universe is expanding. The 40k universe, the warp exists. Yeah. We've got... I'm sure there might be clubs around here. I'm extremely busy. Which is fair. Yeah, 5th sphere expansion. Okay, right. Now we're going to talk Tau. If people don't like Tau, sorry, deal with it. We're going to talk Tau for 2 minutes. So, the 5th sphere expansion is on. The 4th one got lost in the Cicatrix Maledictum, and it looks like it's going to be Warzone Damocles 2.0. Basically, long and short of it, and I'm alright with that. We don't know what the situation is with Farsight yet, so we need to wait for that. But other than that, yeah, I'm down with it. And there is some stuff on their rules as well. If people have some comments on that, go read the faction focus and then get back to me. North Carolina, north of England. Will all the main characters get models? I bloody well hope so. Cornish pasty, never had one actually, or if I have, I've forgotten. How many more lore videos? I'm planning to keep doing lore for as long as there's lore to do. So yeah, I'm quite happy to keep doing lore as long as there's lore to make, and as long as I keep getting suggestions. Content suggestion box. Time for a smoke break. Ha ha. I don't... Well, Ultramarines and Tau go buddy. If you're counting Mount Bede as the Tau going buddy with the Imperials, then no. But sure, whatever. Oh god, I'm always worried my PC's going to die. Always worrying. Oh yeah, they've changed it to... It's still pronounced the same. Even with the apostrophe, it's still pronounced the same. Yeah, Sniper Drones actually getting... Yeah, the Sniper Drones, hopefully... I want Sniper Drones to be good. Like, Sniper Drones I think are really fun. Someone from Scotland. Cool. Nice. Will Space Marine bikes ever get any model? Would be nice. The thing with drones, they've introduced this thing called, like, a Saviour Protocol, which is basically Lookout Sir. So drones have Lookout Sir. No. 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 That's canonically wrong. The drones have self-preservation protocols in their AI. They're designed to stay alive, not throw themselves in the way. That's not how it works, god damn it. A potential physics at Manchester. Yeah, I'm going to be here. I'm not here next year because I'm in France, but I'm here the year after that. So, the Farsight Marksman's gone, by the way. The spotter, he's gone. He's not in our unit list anymore. But yeah, I'm going to be here for another 2 years. I'm from Yorkshire. I was born in Manchester, where I am right now, but now I am... I'm a Yorkshireman. I'm from near Sheffield, Barnsley way. With Alvad dead, how will the Farsight Enclaves out? I've done an entire video on the return of Farsight. It's in my theory playlist. Go look at that. How soon do you think a Plastic Sister battle line? I would like to think. If the Tamex Suicide drones, I'll be extremely annoyed because I don't like it because like. The drone AI is designed, it's rudimentary, but it's got self-preservation protocol. It doesn't want to kill itself. 8th might be the closer we get to a crusade, because we're basically doing the Great Crusade 2.0. Yeah, someone in Cumbria. That's Geordie Town. It's that way. Gilliman will help with the defense of the Norman Marines against the 5th Sphere and his new ones to help fight the Chaos Incursion. Well, Gilliman's on Terror. I can't tell you any more than that. Teesside. Yeah, northeast. Yeah, I can't call that Geordie Town because, what is it? The Geordie is Newcastle. Tyneside, Wearside and Teesside. Wearside is Sunderland, Tyneside is Newcastle, Teesside is Middlesbrough. There will be a channel next year. I can't promise how it's going to be, but I'm going to try and build up a backlog like I've built up during this exam period. So I want to be like 3 or 4 weeks ahead when I go to France, and hopefully I'll still be doing the podcast, and I'll still be getting lore videos out, and I'll still get other videos out. I can't promise to be as consistent as I've been this year, because I've been really consistent this year, but I'll try and stream when I can and all that stuff. We'll see basically what my schedule looks like. But there should still be lore, there should still be some streams, there should still be other stuff. I can't promise battle reports, same as usual, and the podcast will still be going on. So the channel's going nowhere on my year abroad. Drone lives matter. Exactly. AI. Cumbria's that way. I'm not I don't do geography, alright? Streaming French exclusively. That requires a chat that speaks in French as well, because I can't translate that fast. Sorry. Mais je peux changer ma langue en français pour 1 minute si je dois, et si je peux tenir un discours, je vais devenir meilleur pendant mon année à l'étranger. Et d'accord. Will it all be in French? Flip no. No chance. My life will be in French, but this channel will have to stay in English because most people can't understand it, as the person who just told me to stop it. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have more Armageddon stuff. The new Marines are bringing a new Tyrann. We could get some new stuff. I don't know what we'll get. The Tyranids will get something, I'm sure. Wow, people suddenly really don't like the fact that I talked in French for a minute. Oh, God. And this is why I will never. Yeah, I've got people who've worked out at CERN. I've had I think our Astrophysics Society went to CERN. One of my course mates worked for EDF. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm not probably going to get out to CERN. I'll try. Will I be bringing anything to France? Yes, I'll be taking Magnus. And nothing but Magnus, because I'm going to want all year to paint him. Or at least all semester. Unless the AI has been reprogrammed. AI have adaptive programming. They could unwrite it if they wanted to. Who are the French? There isn't really an equivalent to the French. Terran culture doesn't really suit it. Yarrick and Armageddon, one brush stroke, not at all. It's just a case of I just want to get it absolutely right, and I want to get it perfectly cleaned up, and do proper full undercoat, and work on all the detail. I want to get him absolutely right. Oh yeah, Crabouillateur. Oh, that's Crabouillateur. But yeah, I can see that. To stomp. I thought it might be Écraseur, like Crusher or something. The Eldar are French. The Eldar have got that refined edge to them. I can see that. I don't think we'll get... Legion building is not going to be a thing. The new Marines look fine. Not that much different from regular Marines. They look fine. Will they use an excuse to kill Abaddon? No idea. Maybe. Do all Orc models names end in de Orc? Yeah, basically that's because adjectival stuff is the other way round. So like instead of being, this is my, well, no. Well, I think, yeah, like a red thing is something rouge. They swap their they put the adjectives last. So yeah, it will be like orc at the end. I think biggest buff and nerf. The Eldar need bringing into line, as do the Tau. And in terms of bringing up, the Guard could probably do with a boost. Tyranids could do with a boost. Yeah, of the Orcs. Yeah, that's how they sort of pronounce it. At least the Imperial Guard fight and tend not to surrender. Harsh. Podcast will be out on Wednesday, same as usual. It's on Alexis's channel this time. Maybe they're told to preserve their own life if in danger, but maybe Tau preservation is more important. I think that, yeah, perhaps. Orc unit names in Italian, like all of them end in degli orchi. It's kind of interesting. Or degli orchi. I'm very bad at accents, sorry. Hotzendorf, the inspiration for Abaddon. I don't know. New podcast this Wednesday, actually. Not next week, this week. Les rouges vont plus vite. The reds go fast. Red ones go faster, yes. Yeah. The reds go faster. Hey, Karen. There's been discussion of Primaris Space Marines. They're not replacing the current Space Marine line at all. They're not. They're a completely different thing. Lord of Winter and War. Who? Who? Russ? Russ might be back eventually. When was the next podcast recorded? We usually record on the Friday. We'll put I said what date it was in the recording, so we recorded it the last few days. Yeah, the Eldar are superior pricks. They always are. You need a Somme. Every Battle of the Guard fighting is worse than the Battle of the Somme. The Tau hire freebooters? No, not that I'm aware of. I don't know about Kurz returning. I'm alright with Kurz staying dead, or being dead. The other Primaris I think will come back though. Frenchman in the universe. J'adore Google Traduction. Haha. Hope they do something to make Abaddon more competent lore-wise. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, the Black Crusade's never failed, apart, really. He's not done too badly for himself. Oh, Tamposta, that's Brazil, right? Yeah. The Somme is a minor skirmish. Yeah, it really was a minor skirmish. It really, really was. And we're coming up on an hour. Yeah, we're coming up on an hour. Nice. Yeah, I'm hoping Mortarian's model's good. I'm not a huge fan of Mortarian, but I hope his model's good. I agree. Yeah, I think the next set of 40k Primaris will have to be different, because they've been around for 10,000 years longer. Best pirate. I prefer Huron to Uriel, but either are fine. Who looks better? Mechanicum or Mechanicus? I really like the Skitari. I'll be honest. I heard that High Gothic is a mix of French and Latin. Are you wrong? Actually, yes. I thought for the longest time that the language, that High Gothic was very Latin, and like the Romance languages. It's not. Where's my language video? I did a video about the Langue de l'Humanité. There we go. Yeah, it's derived from the languages of what would have been the Pacific and America. So it's quite anglicized, actually, and then Low Gothic has got a lot of Oriental influence, or Eastern influence. A new triumvirate. The triumvirates are fun. I think every race needs them, and the problem is you can't actually get the models individually. It's not like you buy a triumvirate and you can buy the individual model separately, or you get a discount if you get the triumvirate. It's more the problem of if you want Greyfax, you have to then buy Gaul and Celestine. Yeah, French is heavily influenced by Latin. All the European languages, apart from the Germanic-based ones, are influenced by Latin. It's like Spanish, Italian, French, Portuguese. A lot of them are all Latin-based, and then you've got the Germanic languages and the Scandinavian-based languages. Yeah, I want more auxiliaries to the Tau, absolutely. Don't know what that looks like. Yeah, the Demon Primal. I want to see what the Demon Primal is going to be like. My favourite Xenos models, I'm biased, Tau, but I do think the Dark Eldar, actually, I'll be honest with you, the Dark Eldar aesthetic is actually kind of nice. No, I'm not going to go back and finish the Eldar Codex review at this point, because it is going to be obsolete. There's no point making videos on a Codex that's about to go out of date, so I'm sorry, not going to finish that. Silent King model, I'd like that. Watches it was the Alpha Legion that planned the creation of these space marines. Maybe. The Slavic languages as well, but like I'm talking about the languages of like Central Europe are primarily based. You've got your Slavic-based languages a bit further east, yes, but Germanic, Scandinavian, and Latin, like the Romance languages, and then English is kind of a bastardization of all three. because we had the Romans, and then we had the Saxons, and we had the Normans, and we had the Vikings, not in that particular order. Yes, that is what Low Gothic basically is, a mix of English and Pacific languages and Asian languages. It really is. Welsh, yeah. Welsh is and Celtic languages like Irish and Welsh and Gaelic in general. They are like probably the nearest thing to the original English language. Fun fact: my family's actually got a Welsh Bible from like 1834, and it's like this thick and it's all written in Welsh, and it's actually kind of awesome. My granddad was showing me it last time I went and saw him. Yes, you do. Low Gothic is how an average North Yorkshireman speaks. Hey, you should come to Barnsley. Barnsley accent's flipping incomprehensible. I thought, what was that? That was an abomination. Oh dear. You got exams. Why have you been here that you've got exams? You should be revising, dude. But fair enough. Good luck. Is the Gilliman hate overdone? Yes. What's my opinion of him as a character? He's alright. Hawaiian Pidgin. Never heard it spoken. Are the Scandinavian languages also Germanic? Well, the Saxons and the Vikings, I think, are two separate peoples. And like the Saxon language, I think that was the next thing for Europe, sort of overtook that area, and the Scandinavian language was separate. But I think they're quite similar. I don't know. I'm not a linguistic historian. Newfoundlanders, Newfoundland. It's how it's spelled, like bloody Arkansas. Yeah, it is water. It was water. It's flavoured water. Someone get on to Alfred. No, if I'm going to be in text-to-speech, I want a bloody towel job, thank you. I want to be Farsight. Got a maths exam on Wednesday, study leave tomorrow. Yeah, fair enough. Although I wouldn't advise doing a game of 40k the day before exams. I got my exam starting Friday, and like I want to get these stream. I'm going to be streaming a lot these next few weeks, just because I haven't got time to get proper content out, so I'm going to try and stream every week. The Barnsley accent is an abomination. Yeah, trust me. You should do it Barnsley French. It's fucking shocking. Gilliman is sad. He's been through so much. He lost most of his brothers. Yeah. Technically Germanic, but North and West families. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. The Scandinavian languages are Germanic. Okay. I'm not, like I say, I'm not a historian for linguistics. I'm a physicist who just kind of likes ancient history. Like, if I wasn't such a nerd for science, I'd probably have done like Roman history and stuff. And if Kitten kills me, fine. At least I'll have had a fun job. To count the Primaris, do you think the Alpha Legion will be creating chaos? No, the Alpha... Well, actually, they could. Will we ever get the truth behind the Imperialis? I bloody well hope so. En groten uit Nederland. Lange leven het grote goed. I've probably completely butchered that. I'm sorry, I don't speak Dutch. French is terrible. French is annoying to learn, but I've been at it for nearly 10 years, so it's fine. No, I didn't. That happened in the Beast Arises. Yes, the Iron Warriors did team up. If Kitten hit on me in text-to-speech, then that would be really weird, because that would be implying that Kitten was canonically bisexual. But I'm not having that debate. I'm not going to have any strings pulled. If Alpha wants me, then he can come and ask me, but I'm not going to go out of my way and like beg for a place. I'm sorry, but I'm not going to do that. Yeah, I did butcher that, I thought so. What's the hardest maths? Fourier transforms were a pain in the arse, but I've got my head around those now. Gaussian integrals took a while to get my head around, but they're alright now. There's some really nasty differentials we have to do. Like, our maths isn't super intense. Like, ours is a lot more applied maths, and we do a lot of approximating. There is some really messy maths, but it's not too bad. How do you deal with the amount and change in math when you start with physics? My mathematics is fine. But physics has been my thing, and I was more of a maths nerd when I was younger, and I've sort of transitioned into physics. The Tower not monogendered, no, because Shadow Sun is female. I don't know how much difference there is between the two, but they are not monogendered. They're not the Asari. Yeah, well, if he did hit on, he'd just more like hit me with his gun. Any chance the Iron Warriors upon it? Oh, everyone will want the Mark 10 armor. Who is the toughest 40k Marine, and why is it called... Cortez is pretty damn tough, I'll give you that. Okay. I wasn't sure I wanted to follow that line, but okay. Okay, I'm just going to go and top my drink up, so I will be right back, and you get to see my brand new interlude I'm on a break screen, so I'm just going to take a minute to get a new drink and sort a couple of things out, and I will be right back. And we're back. Yep, sorry about that. Just needed to go and top my water up. It's not Amasec, it's water. It's flavoured water, but it's just water. It's going to be chill. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. Genuinely, I don't drink alcohol, alright? We've had this argument. I don't drink alcohol. At all. Long story, won't tell it. How long until the town meet the Primaris? Well, that depends on how long it takes to get out to the Eastern Fringe, I suppose. With Damocles 2.0 now on a thing, not long, I'd wager. Did I get a cider? No. I got water, because that's all I'm drinking. Ha ha, there we go. God, it's like when Ed and Isaac were here and I was drinking, what was I drinking, Fanta Orange, and they were just like, it's like it's laced with vodka. Screw you guys. A uni student who doesn't drink is not a uni student. Yeah, sure. Actually, yeah. Actually, funny story. I was coming home from shopping, and I walked out the supermarket, and sometimes you get guys in the street that asking for like change or whatever. And he said, "Have you got any change?" I was like, "No." "Have you got any like alcohol?" "No." "Have you got any cigarettes?" "No." "What kind of a student are you?" Fair enough, someone's got to go. Fair dues. Take care. Good night. Yes, they do drink a lot of wine in France, but I won't. Sup, Brody? That's so American, and I don't even give a damn. Yeah, we dropped under 100 because of the break. Fine. You know what I really want right now? I want music. But I can't play music, really, because, well, copyright, because the music I want to listen to will all be copyrighted, and you probably won't agree with my taste in music. Never mind. Being teetotal is the tower all over, being no fun, sniping for the other. You eat sniping for the other across the room while people get involved in drunken antics. Hey, I don't do drugs either. Bugger off. Chapters like the Space Marines and Blood Angels have flaws. We don't know how the gene seed defects will react with the Primaris. I think that's one of the debates that's on. God, no, my American accent isn't that good. Oh God, Grandpapa Smurf's here. No, it wouldn't be dubstep actually. It would be 50s jazz, soul, swing. That's my kind of music. How long have I known Remlays? About as long as the Emperor Chaos video has been out. Is the Emperor Chaos God video? Because I messaged him asking to do that video, and that's how we got to know each other. Yeah, my type of music is like jazz and like Sinatra, that sort of thing. That's my shtick. Canon in D. I'm not a classical person, but favourite soft drink, probably Fanta or Tango, one of the two. Super Wolfen. Yeah, good music. I consider it good music. Because it's chill. Like, you can walk to it, you can work to it, it's not too disturbing. Yeah. Should Gilliman ask out Ivrain? If you think Ivrain is into bestiality, then why not? School, he had a battle with a Tau player who'd never been charged before, then he was playing very bad opponents. I get charged every single game. Who got the well played and why did they get the well played? Okay, yeah, I appreciate the pun. Will Russ come back as a wolfen? Maybe. That's species. Hey, no. No. I'm not a believer. I've never really been into that sort of music. Like, pop music is alright at a pinch. Like, it's better music for a party because, like, it's just background, like, stuff that you don't really have to listen to. But if you actually do want to listen and appreciate music, you can't do any better than a bit of Blue Eyes. That's the Gilliman. Yeah, it's very late. No worries. We've been going for about an hour. We'll probably go for another 45 minutes to an hour, and then about 10 o'clock UK, we'll call it a stream. And people are going to just flip out. Yeah, fair enough. And now we've got an argument between an Eldar and Gilliman. And Imperials. So with Cole's new pattern bolter, will humanity... Yes, human technology has already gone forward. We've got Mark 10 armor, new Space Marines, new bolters. I mean, it's gone forward. He needs to cry when he jams out. He's gonna shred your soul. I'm not a huge for that. Purge the non-metal heads. Proper music to get you ready to purge. Fine. Yeah, metal music is kind of associated with 40k. Like, Remlays and Alexis are both quite big fans of like rock and metal. And mine's a lot more chilled. You missed a lot, actually. We talked about the Primaris Marines. Talked a bit about some lore. Some 8th edition stuff. And we've had some general nonsense. And you missed technical difficulties. I know Fantasy had inspired a heavy metal album, Bolt Thrower or whatever or Plague Bearer or whatever it's called, but I didn't know about 40k. The Recruits are not completely independent from the town. They can do relatively what they want in some places, but they're not completely independent. The next podcast will be out on Wednesday. Said that a couple of times. It'll be out on Wednesday on Alexis' channel. You played Nola Assault. You played Custodians against Tau, yeah, that's why they'll win. New tech, yeah, power armor, bolters, the new genetics, yeah. Oh, Bolt Thrower have songs about 40k as well, fair enough. Is it possible to purge heretics without metal? How mad are the Mechanicus? Calls are Art Magos, it'll be fine. Will we ever stream the podcast? If we do, then expect technical difficulties. If you're, well, we don't really know what Space Marines do with music, but it'd be fun to just be like on the beat, just like bang, boom, doof, and all that stuff just to the beat. Particularly if it's a free-flowing song. You just imagine like a guardsman or a Space Marine just on a rampage singing to themselves. I do like rock, but when I prefer playing classical as it suits. Yeah, classical is kind of the Eldar thing, I think. The Tau is supposed to be quite techno-heavy, I would say, but yeah. Oh, you meant Duncan. Cool. Duncan's cool. No, that's not a thing. Mexican military music, a little too festive, FYI. Okay. Is Farsight Terror Renegade to the Empire? Yes. How to kill Fulgrim? Shove him in a room with Alexis. Ha! Alexis doesn't even like Fulgrim that much, ironically. Hello. Abusing the Vox to blast heavy metal. I could just imagine a Space Wolf doing that, though. I could just imagine a Space Wolf doing that. Is the Imperium able to detect dark objects in deep space? Don't know. Don't know, actually. Dean Martin. Oh, yeah. Dean Martin. The whole Rat Pack. Dean, Sammy, Frank. Sinatra's my main one. Actually, Physics Karaoke actually had... Well, Physics Rugby, the team I play for, they had a Freshers Karaoke and I had to do something for that and I did Dean Martin. But Sinatra's more my thing, and a bit of Sammy Davis as well. Like Bojangles, I love that song. Mariachi Orc, sure. Chaos Tau, maybe. Fulgrim and Emperor's Children had music on their ships. Yeah, they did. It got a little bit corrupted as they went into Slaanesh, but yeah. Amon Amrath. I don't know Amon Amrath, sorry. Have Judo ever put an official dictionary for like High Gothic or for High Gothic? No. The Tau alphabet. They're giving us the Tau alphabet, but I don't think they're giving us like the Tau lexicon. No. Other than like Shas and some of like the ranking stuff like Por, Shas, Gela, Gevesa, all that sort of thing. You get the odd bit. You're not a full one, no. Did the Terrans eat everything and all that's left in the Milky Way galaxy? We're in the Terra is the Milky Way galaxy, so no. White Scars listen to Highway to Hell. Oh yeah. Not funny. Oh, the Maraviglia, I think is what it's called. Yeah. Who do you think Cypher will be? Cypher is Cypher. The Cucaracha? I don't know. Sabaton. Norway HM is causing defend Rizzy music. Yeah, Viking stuff. Bing Crosby. I know a little bit of Bing Crosby. Like, I played a lot of Fallout New Vegas, and I know he's got a song on there. Bing Crosby talking about the greatest bit. No. Does it Love Me As Though There Were No Tomorrow? That was Bing Crosby. I can't remember. Yeah, I listened to a bit of Bing Crosby. Uh, What was that? The Mara Viglia sounded like jazz? Oh, I thought it was more classical. Screw the Eldar for the greater good that other stupider races should give their lives to the betterment of the Eldari, just because you're manipulative gits. Saxon Crusader is the theme of the edition. Don't know that one, I'm afraid. Okay, that's actually funny, fair enough. Yeah, I have funny moments. Finland, I don't believe any of the Scandinavian countries are properly represented in the Legion Astartes. I will check as I get through the Legion series to see if anyone is of Scandinavian descent. Would the Life Eater virus work on the NIDs? It would work once. I think it would work once. Unless it's like super adaptive. I don't know. That adventure song from Stanley Parable. Yeah, that's an interesting choice. I just have no idea who Powerwolf are. I'm sorry, I'm bad. Yeah, this stream's gone like really nice because it's chill. Like we're not just like super stuff on the lore, but we're doing lore stuff at the same time. Will Gazkill make new attack moons? Maybe. I mean, interesting idea actually. Jazz classical fusion. Oh, that could be good. Love Me As I Don't Know Tomorrow. Oh, it was Nat King Cole did Love Me As I Don't Know Tomorrow. Sorry. I'm trying to remember what song Bing had on it. Sin to Tell a Lie, maybe? I can't remember. But yeah, Love Me As I Don't Know Tomorrow was the first time I ever heard it. But it was Nat King Cole, right. Should all chapters abandon Psychers? No. Been to Bristol? No, I've got people, like my old flatmates from Bristol, and one of my course mates is from Bristol, but I've never been to Bristol. Powerwolf are amazing, fair enough. Human music from Rick and Morty. Never seen Rick and Morty, I know. Yeah, I know. Heresy. Never seen Rick and Morty. No intention of seeing it either. And if you abuse me too much, I'll just go on another break. A drama student, surprisingly, people really ended up loving the D-Mark. Yeah, trust me, if you actually listen to classic jazz and soul and swing, it is so beautiful to listen to. Like, the first album I think I ever listened to in full was a Robbie Williams swing album. Swing When You're Winning, it was. And it had a bunch of covers of, like, Mr. Bojangles, Ain't That a Kick in the Head, Beyond the Sea. And that was the first album I ever put on my iPod. And it's just, I love that. I've literally just put it on my Spotify again. Because it's so good. Favourite colour? Blue. Navy blue, I think. If the Death Corps is German, which it is, the Talon are Middle Eastern, sort of. The Tanith are Scots? I don't know about Scots. Armageddon Steel Legion... Don't actually know, I need to see the naming conventions. Etta James. I've not actually listened to much of Etta James. I'm afraid. Being from the north, how much do you hate us beautifuls? I don't hate the south, it's just I hate Midlanders who think they're northern when they're not. Standing on the corner, I'll try and listen to that. Will they eventually drink alcohol? Maybe, one day, we'll see. I've thought about it, but maybe like, the last house party before everybody goes home, I might try one. Oh, something's gotta give! Something's gotta give. Something's gotta give. Yeah, that's the one. That was being sung. I was trying to remember the intro that Mr. New Vegas did for the song, and that's why I couldn't remember. Damn it. It's not German. It's kind of pronounced, like, Krieg is the German word for war, and Corps is spelt in a German way. But yeah, okay, fair enough, it's not German, fine. Yeah, the Steel Legion, I could see that too. French is spelt C-H for the record. Mate, none of you are northern. I'm from Yorkshire. I'm fine. Tanith is based on Sharp. Ah, fair enough, didn't know that. No, I don't need to drink. I can choose to if I want to. When do we get a drunken podcast with Carl and Fresh? Oh my god. I don't know if Alexis recorded it, but Carl actually jumped into the call before we started the podcast, and he was drunk. That was hilarious. Straight edge? Clarify. The north starts at York. No, the north starts at Lancashire. Lancashire. Something's Gotta Give is a great song. Ain't That a Kick in the Head? I really like Sinatra's Blue Moon because I'm a Man City fan as well in football. Like, Blue Moon is kind of like my go-to song, but I've actually really quite enjoyed I Don't Dance, or I Won't Dance, sorry, which is a Sinatra song. That's so good. Fantasy of 40, pre-OS Fantasy of 40k. I was always more into 40k. I never really got into fantasy. Oh, Gauntlet's meant to be sharp. Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. You lot south of the wall. All right, fine, Scotland. We get all three of the FKN cast to join. That's Fresh, Carl, and who's the other one? I'm sorry, I don't remember. We had Fresh and Carl on a while ago, and that was a hilarious episode. I don't know who N is, I'm afraid. My memory's gone. Nos. Oh, Nos. Right, of course, sorry. Cyphers Kane is Space Blackadder. Oh, Blackadder was an arsehole. Yorkist and the Lancashire is about to go at it again. No. I'm a Yorkshireman and I acknowledge that Lancashire is the north because I'm also part Mancunian. So, yeah. Basically, the north starts above Birmingham. The north starts above Birmingham. If you're from Birmingham, you're not from the north. Stop it. Would you really rather fall to Nurgle than Slaanesh? Yes, because... Yes! Do I need to explain that? Straight edge subculture is a group of people who don't drink or take drugs. In that case, I am one of the people who does not drink or take drugs. Mancunian with an M for Manchester. Have I ever been to Reading? No, I haven't actually. I've not really been that far south in my life, much. I've been down to Birmingham to see family, and I've been to London, and we went down to Devon and Cornwall on holiday once, but I never really stop. The north doesn't start above the Humber. The Humber's way up here. Birmingham, yeah. It's not from Birmingham. Oh god, I'm so bad at that. No, that was more Scouse than Brummie. Yeah. The north-south line is diagonal. Kinda, yeah, maybe. Yes, I need to explain. No, I don't need to explain. South Wales. I've got friends from North Wales. Actually, T-borough. T-borough. I can't think of where that is. P-borough is Petersborough, and M-borough is Middlesbrough. I can't think of anywhere that's T. Steel Legion is meant to be northern since Gazgul is Thatcher. Okay. I've been to Canada. I'm not probably going to be going to Canada anytime soon, but I've been to Canada. That's a name I recognise. Do you understand that some Americans love Donald Trump? Not all of them do, but we don't talk politics on this channel. According to the Southerners, the South starts when you can't see the channel. So, what? Norwich? The Bing Crosby song is someone's got to give. I think your streams are way behind. That we talked about that a while ago. Middlesbrough. Okay, it's just there was a T. Tiborough. Oh, Middlesbrough. Right, sorry. Stupid question, very Dutch inspired. I'm not sure, but you can go check where all the legions are from if you want. With Tika, they can't say there. Yeah, we can't say there either. Straight edge is a lot more complex than a bunch of teetotalers, pretty violent and intolerant of not. Nah, I've got no problem with people who do drink. Is there a Monty Python reference in 40k? Yes, well, there used to be. The Black Templars used to have the Holy Orb of Antioch, which was a reference to the Holy Hand Grenade of Antioch from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. But that isn't a thing anymore. Looks out his window. Oh, look, the channel. Oh, okay, someone from the south. Cool. It's Middlesbrough. Right, okay. Sorry. If it was Borough, I'd have got that immediately. My first thought was Middlesbrough, but I wanted to clarify. Was it the ink spot since tell a lie? Ah, right. Okay. Yeah. I've been listening to a bunch of it, but everyone's done a bunch of different covers of it, so it's trying to work out who did what. And the other white. Fair enough. Who is the most powerful... I'm not going to finish that sentence. Not going to finish that sentence. How are the Thousand Suns coming? I'm hoping that in the time between... the 31st and the 12th, I'm going to paint a bit more, but I've flipped up. I've left my glue at home. Oops. So I can't actually put any more models together. So I've got one Terminator and one Tactica Marine I can paint. Have I played Portal? No, actually. We still have it as long as you use the Codex, not the Space Marine Codex. Yeah, technically. 1, 2, 5, 3. Okay, weird. You looking forward to watching Dunkirk? I'm not sure if I'm going to get around to watching Dunkirk. If I can, I will, but I'm not. It's not top of my list of things to do. Make a box game using any of the Black Library lore. What would be about? Oh god, that's way too many to choose from. The Drukian Fengard, the IG equivalent of Scots. Fair enough. How have you painted them? What base coat did you use? I used... Let me just get my camera up. I used... Wrong way. Bepistone Red. That was my base coat, which is a lot. I think it's one tone up from what most people use, but I'm really lazy. I just like used base coat, wash, highlight, done. Fair enough, Angel. You're gonna go. See you in the next one, and you can catch the rest of it on the VOD. Given the nature of 40k players, no, I don't think Primaris will replace regular Marines for the simple reason that they can't do everything. They don't have special and heavy weapon options specifically, so I think Marines still have a place for now. This one isn't Fallout, but it's really great. We will meet again specifically by the ink spot. I'll try and get around to that. Have I ever been to a convention? No, I haven't. I wanted to go to Warhammer Fest. I really did. Mainly to get the new Magnus model. But I'm in the middle of exams at that point. I will try and, if I ever do get to an event, I will announce it and I'll say so. But it's not top of my list. Because I'd love to do something like that. But, yeah. Can we see your models? Sure. This is 1000 Sun. He's not got his transfers on and he's not glued together fully, but this is 1000 Sun of mine. They look terrible. I'm aware of that. I've been told they look terrible. But yeah, I haven't got my Tau with me, unfortunately. Go and look at my Tau Hobby Update playlist if you want to have a look at that. Space Marines can only have super bolters with extra range and AP and stuff. Who are the Americans? Well, a lot of the original Space Marine legions were recruited from that region. So like Albia was like North America, like Canada and stuff. So a lot of the legions are from that area. Are the new Marines larger? Not really, no. Do I edge highlight? Yeah, my Tau have some serious edge highlighting going on. Lothern blue edge highlight is how I do my battle suits, and orange on my on the 8. I don't know if we're going to get a new faction codex because they're going to be part of the Space Marine army in a way. Would I do cosplay? Maybe. It's an interesting idea, but at the same time, I'd kind of just rather, particularly the first time I ever went to a con, it would just be me. I'd rather just be me. No, Albion is the UK. Albia is fights the Pan-Pacific Empire and borders Northern Atlan. I think the US is Albia and the UK is Albion, I think. But yeah, cosplay is one of the things, like, I'd be tempted, but I don't know. It's an interesting idea, but to be honest, I'd kind of want to do it as Commander Farsight rather than anything else. Do you think they're going to tell any model? I bloody well hope so. I bloody well hope so. Okay. Apart from 40k and AOS, what other miniature war games do I actually don't. I've thought about like looking at like Dead Zone and stuff, but I've never had the time or money to really get into it. So, yes, the Thousand Suns is based on how the Thousand Suns Legion was quite small when Magnus took it over, so that's why they got the name. Michael Bay in a 40k movie, don't talk about that. Real just trigger remlays. What do you do to make the new Space Marines feel unique and not just another chapter? Hard to know. Dark Tau? Maybe. Do I read sci-fi? But yeah, I read a lot of sci-fi. I'm really into Mass Effect. Like, I've really got into Mass Effect of late. Someone played Mass Effect 2 on YouTube. I watched a full playthrough of Mass Effect 2. Got really into Mass Effect 2. And then Andromeda came out. I've really got into Andromeda. I haven't played them, but I've had a look at that. And so I'm really quite into, like, reading sci-fi. I just don't get much chance to, like, play it. Samurai Space Marines. Nearest thing probably Black Templars are the best swordsmen? All the Emperor's Children in the past. Have I seen the Kenetai called Blake about? Yes, I prefer the Terminators, but the Kenetai look cool. Opinions on the Primal book series? Haven't read it, I'm afraid. Bolt Action, yeah, I've seen Bolt Action. Not my shtick. I'm not as much about historical warfare. Have I read Starship Trooper book? No. Is it possible to tell Chaos? We don't know. We might get an answer to that pretty damn soon with the 4th Sphere of Expansion, maybe corrupting the Tau, that patch of Tau, but we will find out about Chaos Tau. We will find out. Will the Astro Knights get remade? It'd be fun. Do you think an episodic Horus Heresy or 40k TV show would work on Netflix? The Horus Heresy is just too damn big. The Horus Heresy is way too big and confusing. It requires so much context to take on. It's a nightmare. You could do something with the Guard in 40k. Like follow maybe Yarick. Oof, that's an ask actually. You could do it, like Kane or something. Kane's stuff. Really stereotype 40k samurai? No, we haven't seen that. What's your opinion on the lore overall? Do you mean the new lore? Would need to read more of it. Will be interesting. Hoping it just gives everybody a fair crack at the whip. Are you hoping for Chaos Tower? I'm not hoping for it, but I'm not against it. The tower look at the warp and go, meh, whatever. More like they don't know the warp's there. It is said the webwave might expand beyond our galaxy. Could we see 40k in Andromeda? I don't think GW will ever go there. But if you wanted a convenient excuse for the Eldar not to be dead, you could say that, sure. Generally, I'm quite happy with the lore overall. I'm alright with the lore overall. Most of the lore's really, really good. The fact that I've got a channel based on it should tell you how much I enjoy this lore. Yeah, it would need to be animated, I agree. If it's Space Marines, animate it. If it's Guard, you could get away with it, but then you'd have to make them fight not Xenos. Because Eldar you could pull off. Chaos you could pull off if you were really good. Like, you've seen they could do good zombie animations. Yeah. Tower probably can't fall to Chaos in the way Space Marines... Not in the same way. But that doesn't mean that they can't have that Tzeentch just gently manipulates what they believe the greater good is to make Chaos into their new greater good. You could do. Will GW change the Emperor's current state? No, they had a perfect chance in Gathering Storm and didn't do it. Does anyone like Lorgar? I hope not. Have you seen the true scale Marine conversion on Dakar Modelling Forum? Afraid not. HB, is it better to die a martyr or see yourself become a heretic? It is better to die for the Imperium than live for yourself. That's the quote. Actually, why the hell don't the Eldar just leave? Because maybe they can't. Oh, someone likes Lorgar. Sure. A Magnus-centric TV series just to make you fall in love with him and watch. Just read his lore to fall in love with him. Okay, good try and leave. We'll give it... Yeah, sure. Good luck with your exams. What do you think about Lord Inquisitor? I did an entire review of the Lord Inquisitor. I actually quite enjoy it. It's not... It needs more, obviously. Obviously, it needs more stuff doing to it to get a full plot. But what I saw of it, I quite enjoyed. Yeah, it was good. I made a review for it when it came out. I miss a couple of details, but yeah. Magnus boring? Some people don't like Magnus, but I really like Magnus. Alright, I'm biased. Fine, but fair enough. Khan's alright, Lorgar not so much. Oh, die for the Emperor than live for yourself. Thank you. Sorry, misquote. Lorgar is okay. Where's the only one with reason to fall? Yeah, I guess, although it wasn't his fault. What music would each faction chapter do? We had a huge music debate earlier, and it's something that I couldn't really want to do live. I don't want to think about it over. Never forget Calth. Correct. Calth burned twice, as far as I'm aware. No, I don't have tattoos. I'm not afraid of needles. It's just one of those things. I'm not fussed for doing it because I sort of flit through stuff. Right now, something to do with Mass Effect would be cool, or something to do with Tau would be cool. But in the future, I might not want that, so I'm better off not doing it, just so I don't change my mind. Will I read the Path of the Eldar? Maybe. Yeah, nerd. Forgrim is a narcissist, and that's funny, but the rest is boring, typical Chaos stereotype. Armin more interesting than Magnus? Maybe. Armin's alright. I like Armin as a character, but I find Magnus more intriguing. In the modern era, Armin's obviously better, but in the Heresy era, I think there's more going for Magnus. Who's better? Magnus is obviously better, as in he's more powerful and stuff, but Armin, as a character, hard to call. The new Marines are not... they are Super Marines, I suppose. Why am I yawning? I should not be yawning. When's my Angry Demon Primal Order? I want to know that as well. The Magnus supposed to maybe put him in my top 3. He's my top 1. He's my favourite Primarch. But yeah, Magnus is really divisive. People either love him or hate him. I think, talking about Gilliman and stuff with TTS, as far as I'm aware, I think Alpha tweeted about it at the time that because of the development, I don't think TTS is going to be canon compliant anymore. You'd have to go back into Alpha's Twitter feed and check, but I'm pretty sure... No, I'm not pretty sure. I feel like he said that he was going to have to ignore it. I mean, it's funny because he's always went against his Primarch. Who does that? Come on. Who else went against their Primarch a lot? Actually, not many. Will Fulgrim ever be killed? Hope so. I love Fulgrim, but he would have totally fallen to kill even that Lorgar and Horus. Maybe. Yeah, Magnus is Marmite. Yeah, he's either really loved or really hated. Maybe that up and coming book about Magnus will flesh him out. I expect so. We've had Kitten on the podcast. We had Thunder on, but the text-to-speech device thing, I don't know how it's recorded, so I don't think it would work. That is an interesting question to ask, but the answer to your question is no. To the person who asked me probably a weird question, the answer is no. Gilliam should join the Templars if he wants a crusade, but no, he's going to make his own fancy Marines. Well, he's the Primarch of the Ultramarines, what do you expect? Lorgar made many things that still stay within the Imperium. I know, the irony of the Lectitio Divinitatus. God damn it, Lorgar. Cadia still stands, by the way. Fulgrim had to have a big chat with Horus, even with his Demon Blade. I'm not sure he would have... Yeah. Well, actually, no, Horus... It was the Demon Blade and Horus corrupted Fulgrim. I'm from the podcast. That's up to Runways and Alexis, because they know him and I don't. No, the Inquisition isn't founded on the Divinitatus thingy. That's the Ecclesiarchy. How many Dreadnoughts are there in canon? Rylanor, there's a Death Guard one, Bjorn, Cassian Dracos. Off the top of my head, that's what I can think of. Would love to see Biggie flip out at Kitten for not turning off Gilliman's life support. Aha. Will CSM have a Primaris Marine equivalent? We don't know. Do the new Marines place the Custodes? No. Demon Blade is the Blade of the Lair? Yes, it is. It is a demon weapon, though. Cadia, Cadia got wrecked, but I believe Cadia sort of stands. Well, the Cadian system stands. Anyway. You gotta go. Fair enough. Have a good one. My day's nearly over, because it's nearly 10 o'clock at night here, but, yeah. Spinny chair. Spinny chair is spinny. Do 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 do. Do do do. Will Kitten find Shadow Sun? Maybe. Not to mention it was Laetitia that fueled the faith that kept a lot of the Imperium loyal. I know. The irony of the Laetitia Divinitatus. If Lucius gets killed by a turn... Oh god, let's not talk about Lucius's death. It's just confusing. We don't understand Lucius, and Lucius and the Turners don't make sense. New rules for Sly Marbo. Yeah, you got new rules for 7th edition when 8th edition's about to come out. Oh, the irony. Whoops. Are the Tau Maoist... Some say the Tau are communist. It's a lot more than that. They're collectivist, yes. Some might say communist. But I think there's a lot more to the Tau than just that. Were the Marines dedicated its 21st founding or from traitor chapters? No. Maybe. Don't know. How do you think Tyrant weapons will work in 8th edition? We discussed it on the podcast. Wait for Wednesday. If you had the power to choose who would you have in the heresy on each side? Well, I did a video on canonically what would be the most likely switches, which would be Magnus and Russ. But hard to know. In the article, it said about Chaos Blade Primaris equivalent. No, not specifically. It said the Death Guard were like new stuff for Chaos, but I don't know if they said they were going to be as good. Do I like Orcs? Orcs with a C, meh. Orcs with a K, yes. Good night to Abaddon. Sly Marbo, Marxist Tau, maybe. Ugh. Shut up about the Tau. I like the Tau. Stop it. Who do I want to see buffed in 8th? Tyranids. Tyranids are fun. Russ, question mark? I'm just not following that line. I'm just not following that line of questioning. Opinions on Lionel Johnson. One of my least favourite Primarchs, although I haven't done the Dark Angels Lore series yet, so that might change. Currently, he's just a bit too shady and weird for my taste. He's alright, but he's one of the worst Primarchs, personally. 3rd worst, actually, by my reckoning. Right above Lorgar and Fulgrim. I love how we've had a chat of nearly 100 people almost the entire time. This is great. Is Lehman Russ awesome? He's alright. When I get to the Space Wolf Lord video, I will make a final decision what I actually think of Russ. We're not talking about Terminators. They were joking with me. Will they bring all the living Primarchs back? For the sake of fairness, probably. But then they need to provide stuff for the Xenos factions as well to make it fair. How useful would the new Space Marines end up being? Because they're new, they will end up being plot armorly good for a while. Opinions on Ferrous Manus? Not too bad. How many scores have I taken for Khorne? None. Yeah, Space Marine was a really good game. Fire Warrior, I never played it. Will I be in Remley's story arc? I think that's up to Remley's and his writers. So don't ask me. Why is Garrow so awesome? He's just alright. Don't ask that. Okay, that's a joke. No, walking plot holes is Ivrain and Cypher. They're going to be powerful. Just they've got to look like they're worth doing, like worth using. So they're going to make them look good. But I don't think they're going to be like plot armor. No, the Avatar Arcane is not a work in the rage in me. If the Tyranids ate everyone in the galaxy, do the Chaos Gods no longer exist? They're certainly not going to gain anything, but they could probably like hibernate until new life potentially evolved. Hard to know. 40k Skaven, fair enough. Chaos Tyranids, unlikely? Question mark. How many avatars will the Primaris Marines kill single-handedly? Hopefully... Well, hopefully they'll need a squad to take one down, but we'll see. What happened if all the Ethereals are killed off? Hopefully the Tau Empire flourishes. Fire Warrior was great at the time I was first getting it, but yeah, my first 40k game was actually Dawn of War, Dark Crusade, and then Space Marine. Plot inconveniences, more or less. They seem okay, like look, it seems things are being set up for failure in terms of... Yeah, the problem is they can't make the Imperium too powerful, because otherwise it just defeats the point. Because if they make them too powerful, then the Imperium might actually win something. And if the Imperium wins too much, then the setting changes, and I'm sorry that I keep yawning. I am so sorry. The Tyranids are not cornate. Not at all. No, there's going to be more than 3 codices. Like, every faction... Like, there might be, like, broader strokes of Imperial Chaos and Xenos, but every faction will still be unique and stand alone. And the old diddly-diddly-dee about the Cursed Founding, what was he doing? I don't remember anything about Fabius and the Cursed Founding. They might have retconned that. Said in the last podcast how warriors get sent to Khorne. Does this mean the afterlife for humans is always the Chaos Gods in the war? Debatably, maybe. Make or break question, what tea? I don't drink tea. I know, I don't drink tea. Why do I hate the Ethereals? I don't hate them, I just prefer Farsight's lore to Ethereal lore. Terribly blindsided by the Tyranids, maybe. Opinions on the Nurgle Tyranids of mini wargaming? That's fine. Good night to the person who's leaving. Well, the Curse of have a pot relevant to... Oh my god, stop yawning. Because of... Maybe. Maybe. No, is the answer to your question. No. The end. Shut up about end times. Shut up about end times. Alright? Shut up. Not a thing. Not happening. Do we have any notifications on the Winter Sphere? Yes, we do. Okay. Nothing much there. Where was Medusa? No idea. Why aren't the Tyranids cornate? Because the hive mind, they don't do it out of rage or anything like that. They're just commanded by the hive mind. Do you think the Grey Knights will be able to summon Caldor Drago? You're English. Yeah, I know, I should drink tea. Talking about the end times of the stream. Well, I've got 20 more minutes. Will I be involved in the quest for knowledge? It has just been asked, but it's up to Remlez. If he wants to write me in and wrote me in for the series, I'm in, but it's up to him. Yeah, 4K is making too much money for an end times. Yeah. Can the Emperor be brought back to life, and how does he look now? Every artwork that's ever been... Like, if you've not seen the iconic artwork of John Blanche with the Emperor, that's what the Emperor looks like. Bringing him back to life. If you believe he's a perpetual, yes. What happens if someone goes to Caliban? Will there be Dark Angels to intercept them, or will nothing happen? Caliban was completely destroyed, and what's left of it became the Rock. So, if you go to where Caliban used to be, you probably just find some floating rocks. Okay, fair enough. Do 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 do. He doesn't drink tea, he's from the north. Well, to be fair, the north drink a lot of tea. Could they let Bill out of the black sun, what? What? Why do you get a servitor to compile the questions for the podcast? Maybe listed least to most heretical. We tried to compile the questions, but YouTube's comment search system is busted. So it's kind of broken, so we having to use like Control F and like search in the comments for them, which is fine. But we do have a search function in place, but YouTube's function for it is a bit broken. Commander is still alive? Yes. Would you like the crew to be a full faction? Yes. Down that glass of water, it's empty. It's already gone. Will Aaron find a way to restore the Rubric Marines? Not without Ivrain, he won't. Well, he might. I think I tried to cast a spell to like undo the Rubric. And kind of restored one, but I wrecked Frostbro doing it. Crew members were cool, yes they were. I'd quite like to see a full crew faction, like I said. A full auxiliary faction would be nice. And the next question has to be that. So, which never before seen race would you like to see? Well, there's a lot of Tower Auxiliaries that don't have models and stuff, so some of those, please. The Varenians, maybe? The Demiurge? No, they're spacebound. The Yaug, maybe? I forget. The North keeps the tea trade going, aye. New Cat's chair model? That was Slime Marbo. Are there space drugs? Yes. Will these new Marines be more loyal to Gilliman than their chapter? I bloody well hope not. Do they have tea in 40k? They have recaf, which is like coffee, so I assume they have something like tea. Favourite warp powers and why? I'm a Telekine. If I had the choice, I'd be a Telekine. Yeah, the combat drugs of the Dark Eldar Witches take. Will I meet Remlins and Alexis in real life? Alexis is coming over. Is thinking of coming to the UK at some point. I think she's like coming to meet Remlins and stuff. If I get a chance to see them, sure. But I just don't know what Remlins looks like, so who knows? Maybe one day we'll do something together, like a live podcast. Like it's just the three of us in a room, but I don't know. Emperor's Stones made drugs out of humans. Yes, they did. Is the Imperium going to be more religious? Maybe. Please make a video about drugs. No. Has there been much lore on the core? No? Question mark. GW has the rights to aliens and brings the Xenomorph. They'll never afford the rights for Alien. We ever get new Kassakin models that aren't covered in gold at the middle of the time? If you don't like them being covered in gold, paint them a different colour. Tanner tea, fair enough. Should there be a Mercs before? Yeah, like Dogs of War for fantasy. I'd be kind of down with that. Like you've got Croup Mercs, like Rogue Trader, Freebooters, that sort of thing. Short Circuit the Golden Throne with tea. Remlins looks like a giant freaking dinosaur. Not a giant freaking dinosaur. No, he's got like a raptor skull of some sort. But he's not like a dinosaur. He's still bipedal and mammalian as opposed to reptilian. Alien vs Tyranids. Who wins? There's more Tyranids. Remlins is in reality a Velociraptor. No. No. Could the squats come back if Vegeta? They're not gone. The squat law's a little bit all over the place. Like I think they were originally in the path of the Crusade, which is why Mark III Iron Armour was developed, and then they were squatted by the Tyranids, and now they're part of the Tau Empire. It's hard to know. How tall was the Emperor? I don't know. I don't know if he was actually a shapeshifter like Magnus was, but he was rather large. If you did a live podcast, you can do video it. However, make sure if we ever sit down and do a live video together, then we will definitely record it and stuff. How would I design a new race? I've no idea. Have I read Eagle Organary? No, I haven't. Okay, last 15 minutes, and then we're going to wrap this up. The Imperium build warships with massive main armaments to avoid warfare. Yes. Have you seen Imperial ships? Doctor Who 40k crossover. I generally don't talk about crossovers. I wonder about the Legion of the Damned. Are they going to die out soon? Probably not. Favourite Mark of Power Armour? I do like Mark III. I've got a soft spot for Mark III. Mark II is actually the most efficient, apparently. Yeah, I haven't had confirmation whether the Emperor is a shapeshifter. What do you think of a converted squats army? Go for it. Sounds good. Felinids. Oh, God. Yeah, sure. But yeah, I quite like Mark III. Play some Adeptus Podcastus. I can't. I don't have the recording for the podcast, and I wouldn't know how to play it anyway to make you hear it. And it's been retracted. Okay. Other people go with Mark IV. I think the reason I like Mark III is because it's the first Heresy armor I owned. Favorite town vehicle? I love the design of the. Actually, no, I don't. The piranhas are alright. The devilfishes are alright. The flyers are alright. I'm not hugely fussed. Flesh eater courts. I like the flesh eater courts. I do like the flesh eater courts a lot. Magnus is not Ant-Man. Not exactly. He's a psycho. Gyrinx, would I get one? No, I'm not a pet person. Mark II, yeah. Mark II is extremely hard to maintain, which is why they don't use it much. But it was extremely efficient and extremely good. Is it still possible to take Imperial ships in 40k that need STCs? They need STCs to make it possible. Yes, so the answer to your question is they need STCs. Adeptus podcast this game multiplayer? Probably not. Could this put the Emperor make a Chaos God out of humanity? Oh god, this is the Emperor Chaos God question. IDBase here. Hi. You're only going to get like 15 minutes of stream here. Favourite Honor Guard? Don't know. Cataphractii okay. That's different to Power Armour. Cataphractii is awesome. Why does White Scars and Wolves get excellent moustache but Chaos seem allergic to facial hair? No idea. Fire Warriors need new armour sets. Not really. It makes sense for them to be as they are, because like, it's designed to be all very regimented, like recon armour for the Pathfinders, combat armour for the Fire Warriors, and then you go up to the battle suits and stuff. Not him, but split the belief in him. That's not how it works. Guardsman in your plastic kit. The Cadian Guardsman kit's fine. It might, if they put more special weapons in the box, I wouldn't complain. But I'd like the Cadian and Catachan Guardsman kits, actually. I got some Cadians for a while. Is Cataphractii armor slower than Terminator armor? Yes. Oh, here we go. If the new Marines wear Mark 10 armor, where's Mark 9? No goddamn idea. The difference between Cataphractii and Power armor is that Cataphractii is a mark of Terminator armor. The problem with 40k crossovers is that everything in 40k is ridiculously powerful and destroy anything from any other universe. Yeah, basically. 40k game multiplayer series with Lexington Railways. I don't know if my PC would be able to run it. Be fun and be worth trying, but I don't know if my PC would be able to handle it. That's how you check for Death Watch maybe Mark 9? Yeah, someone mentioned that earlier on, that it might be that, but I couldn't tell you for sure. Do we have any ideas to, if Tau, for example, eat what we would consider by today's standard eat? We don't know. The Tau society is really poorly explored in the lore. So I'm hoping that we will get that soon. No opinion on haircuts, because I'm in no position to talk. Yeah. Oh dear. I don't know why I'm so tired. I'm usually like up until like 12 or 1, and it's only 10. It's not even 10 yet. I should not be this tired. Particularly if I've not been working like I have been at other times of the day. I mean, I have worked during the day, but yeah, I've heard talk about power armor being possible. No, I don't want a new PC. This PC will be fine. Sure, it doesn't do everything, but it does everything I need it to do. It doesn't do all the fancy stuff, but it's fine. And stop it with the Tau. Dark Angel is not just a bunch of paranoid. Paranoid, don't know. Secretive, yes. Oh, dance, don't ask me. Stop singing. Stop singing. You can't sing. Hey, someone who likes Farsight because of my content. Hey, good. Did the town find an STC and use it? Dunno, actually. We don't really know where the technological development came from, actually. Will I be starting a new army for the new edition? Not immediately. I want my Tau done first. Like, I want to get my Tau army up, get the force I originally planned done, because that fits within the brigade detachment really, really nicely. And when that's done, we might reconsider. But for the moment, I'm fine. I won't get copyright struck for my singing, God no. Plus it's the music as much as it gets called, as much as the singing. Comment on Yarek's Baneblade, the Fortress of Arrogance. Pretty cool. Dark Angels, what a fallen, haha. No, I do not have a Patreon or anything of that sort. For the simple reason of if I make a Patreon, then people start paying me to make stuff, and I don't always have time to make stuff. And I would never impose that on people. I'm much happier just using the ad revenue to top up my student loan. Oh God. Is the stream fine? Did the stream just go a bit wibbly? I hope it didn't. Okay, good. Yeah, look, the stream went wibbly there for a minute. Sorry. But yeah, I don't have a Patreon, and nor do I intend to make one. If I do in future, I'll let you know. But for the moment, not in the plan. Did Alexa split that 50 with you? No, because it's her money for her stream, and I didn't ask for it. I told her keep it. I don't need it. She might. Opinion on the Damocles Warzone thing. 5th Sphere expansion, go for it. We'll have to get more information on it. Okay, the stream's fine. Good. I was panicked because my stream started lagging, and I was like, oh no. I started panicking because the last time that happened, well, the stream died, and I don't want the stream to die. Yeah, sorry. You had a question about Tau Society. We know absolutely nothing about day-to-day life. I'm sorry. We have no idea. Hopefully we'll get more information on all the septs and how they work, but all we know really about them is like a few like their structure in terms of like some of their like military facility, maybe like how the sept came to be, and then maybe a bit about their doctrines, but not much on civilian stuff, I'm afraid. Yep. Good night. Yeah, my name is Michael, if you're asking. Yeah, it would be cool to just get more Tau lore. I think every faction needs more lore. Like, the Xenos factions are desperately lacking in lore. Oh, person, I'm only going to be here for another 10 minutes. I'm sorry if you're just joining now. The port in the palace closed. Could the Emperor restore himself to at least talk to his advisors? Maybe. What is my favourite food? I don't actually know. I actually genuinely don't know. Because I'll go through times when I want certain things, and there'll be other times when I don't. What has happened on Alexis's Discord? Oh God. Something's happened on Alexis's Discord that someone's apologising for. Why? Oh God. If this crashes the stream, I apologise. I'm just going to try and load up the Discord, because I generally don't really look in the Discord, but this is scaring me. Okay, it's not in there. Is it in here? Okay, someone put that the stream was on. That's fine. Okay, doesn't look like anything's happened in the Discord. Okay, good. Oh, yeah, Alexis did that long ago. Saw that. Don't really care. Yeah, it's fine. Honestly, I know the stream quality is really poor, but it is what it is. And like, we've got this PC now, and we're going to make it work. How used being a pyromancer be in everyday life in 40k? Meh. Assuming you didn't get your face eaten by a demon. Yeah, it'd be interesting to know what they were doing. Is it possible the tower limiting reproduction? I think we talked about that on the podcast. I asked about that on the podcast. What triggers you most the 40k fandom? I don't really do triggerings and stuff. I don't really care. Fulgrin's at work. Mortarian's at work. Don't know about the others. What is my... I don't actually know what the bandwidth is here. But basically, it's not the internet that's the issue. It's the fact that I'll overclock my CPU. I think if I stream too hard, is more the problem. Like, it's low quality, I know. But I just don't want to overclock my CPU or kill the internet. So I'm just playing it safe. And I know it's terrible quality, but hey, it's better than nothing. Would I like a real Baneblade? No, it'd be incredibly impractical. Where would I park it? Imperial Knight Psychers, do they exist? If they do, I've never heard of them. Favourite chapter? Might actually be Salamanders after their Legion video. Overheat, overclock, whatever. Yeah. Oh, person, I'm leaving in 5 minutes. I'm sorry. The one model you love to hate on the tabletop, and why is it the Wraith Knight? I I'd never overclocking is, oh right, overdoing it, whatever. Are there female knight pilots? Absolutely. The Grey Knight weapons are cool. I'm kind of impartial to the Grey Knights. No, I wouldn't part the Banebird and all the other cars. That would just cost a lot of money in insurance, like paying for all the replacements. It would just be silly. Vulcan lives jokes. Okay, fine. Right, as I say, we're going into the last 5 minutes of the stream here, so I'm going to be wrapping this up pretty damn soon. So, last chance for comments and questions, and then we are going to call it a night. What happens if Fabius buys a clone of the Night Haunter? He doesn't, because the data he got from Omegon was terrible, and he didn't have Kurz's body, we think. Have I read Primogenitor? No. Do I ship Remlays and Alexis? No. I don't ship characters generally anyway, and I certainly don't ship people. Who is Fabius Bar? Fabius Bar was an apothecary of the Emperor's Children, now an exile of the Emperor's Children, and a bit of a dick. Who wins, Korax or Night Haunter? Well, Night Haunter drove Korax off from his fight with Lorgar, but at the same time, Korax had been in the Dropset Massacre for ages, so hard to know in a straight fight, but I think Night Haunter wins, question mark. Have I read the Cyphers Kane series? Actually, no. One of the things I might get around to one of these days. Have I read Tales of Heresy? Unfortunately not, no. Sorry. Yeah, by the way, I've been looking down there, like, all night. The reason for that is that's where the chat is. Yeah. Is Korax dead? Officially, we don't know. How many... not funny. One of the Dark Angels chapters uses all the archaeotech. They do, in places. What happened to Tech Priest with an engine steering handbook from Terra? Definitely not Tech Heresy. STC over handbook. Oh, yeah, I suppose you could treat the handbook as an STC. Do Bloodletters evolve into Bloodthirsters? No, I don't think so. Bloodletters can become Blood Crushers if they can tame a Juggernaut, but I don't think they can like evolve into Bloodthirsters. No, I don't believe so. What is the worst 40k vehicle in terms of stats? Probably the Orc Truck or something like that. In terms of aesthetics, I honestly don't know. Do souls become demons? Souls who die to Nurgle's rot become Plague Bearers. And as far as the other ones go, couldn't tell you, honestly. How did our other Trueborn breed without killing each other? No idea. Choice of any Legion or chapter to be a member of. I would go Thousand Sons Legion. Chapter, hard to know, maybe Salamanders. Don't know anything about Wargear though. I'm in a book on how to make new stuff. It depends. Might be Techno Heresy. Usefulness in universe, what was this? Oh, usefulness. No idea, honestly. Yeah, I suppose. But yeah. Right, I'm going to start doing the outro because I'm going to get interrupted several times while I'm doing the outro. So, that has been the live stream, and we only had one technical difficulty, and I fixed it in less than a minute, so it's actually got to be bad. This stream's actually gone alright. So, I'm going to call it a night here because, well, I'm getting tired, and while I could keep going for a while, it's getting a bit late, and it'd probably annoy my flatmates if I kept going for too long. So, thank you very much for coming out. I really hope you've enjoyed it. It's been great to have such a large, active chat, and I hope it continues. I'm probably going to stream again next week, because I'm in exam period now, and I can't really set time aside to think about, plan, make, and edit videos. I don't really have the time to do that, so streaming is a good way for me to keep making content with you guys and keep interacting without having to make videos. So, in a slight hint of laziness, we're going to have a stream probably for the definitely next week, probably the week after that. Probably up until June we'll probably be streaming. Almost certainly we'll be streaming into June on Mondays. So I do hope you can keep turning up to those and having fun and all of that good stuff. And I will try and get the Physics Friends back on one more time, and I will still be streaming in France. I'm going to try and get all the physics friends, as many as I can, onto one mega send-off stream, though I can't promise it. I'll just see who's available. I hope you've all enjoyed the stream. It's been an absolute pleasure talking with you guys. It's been a really good laugh, and it's been interesting to talk about some other non-40k stuff in the mix as well. So, thank you all for watching. I do hope you have enjoyed it. My name is Michael for Tactica Imperialis, and until the next time, I'll see you all again. Good night.